What's going on, my friend? What's going on? It's a little break of watching a series of videos from Russell Brunson, my new coach and teacher, and I'm so excited about all this, content and everything that I'm finally um, getting to, right? But not getting to, going to, man. It's amazing content. We're gonna tell a little about that, but let me tell a story. How do I get it? How do I get into the market? And how it's important to never sit, never sat, never sit in the sidelines. Before I pulled the trigger was anyway. Let me start at the beginning real quick. So a couple of years ago, I went to the seminar, and Get Motivated seminar. At the problem, they're not there anymore. But after that seminar, one guy spoke, which caught my attention, and I don't, it's not relevant to tell his name because it's out of business. So he went to he delivered. He was just spoke for about maybe all the at the end. Actually, I believe he had like the end spots because he was a no guy. So he went into talking for at the end of the seminar. So the guy. So anyway, he spoke for about half an hour, 45 minutes. So those 45 minutes triggered to me like I knew where the internet was going. I know where the internet marketing and Facebook and Instagram and all these new platforms where they actually were heading. I mean, I'm pretty smart. I read a lot of books, so I knew. So for me, it was a no-brainer. After that, he did right after the show, he did a 3 day seminar. So I went to the seminar for 3 days, and he was just like on and about how he made money and then how these guys was making. I mean, he was making a lot of money, doing blogs and selling products to Amazon and doing that. And I thought, he was like, man, this dude is amazing. I mean, man, that's the way that I knew where the internet was going. So finally, I can quit my job and I can do this, I can do that. So anyway, long story short, $5,000 is product, unlimited access, lifetime guarantee. But the product, I was the there was I think about was about 100 person, 100 people in the room. So 100 people in the room, only 1% bought the program. So I went to the back with getting my credit card, excited, got all the package, and he was doing live training. Live, so I was access to the live trainings. I have a full time access. That's why when I belong the platinum member with Russell Brunson, the click funnels was because I wanted it all. Finally, I wanted it all, right? Where the student is ready, the teacher appears. So anyway, so I went to this dude and a bunch of the guy. I met a lot of guys from that 3 day seminar, and we started doing blogs and everything. And at that point, a couple of guys didn't have the course. So I said, well, you guys can use my password, and we all can build the blogs and make money online. Long story short, about the week was pretty excited. Second week was good. The third week, a month. After maybe 2 months, everybody was gone. We decided that it was not for us. The time was not right, and because we all had our jobs, we were all distracted because that was not the right time. So we decided not to do the not not doing the challenge, but I had unlimited access. So here and there, I went to jump into the lives, and I did have some, I bought some domains, and we registered them. We did this, we did that, the company. So we started making a little bit of money, but at the end of the day, it was not, if it's just a hobby, it will pay you like a hobby. If it's a business, it will pay you as a business. So I think that this guy ended up divorced and dissolved the company. So guess what happened with the content? Boom, was out. So at some point, I emailed the guy saying, actually, I looked for him on Facebook, and he had got a little pissy with me, and I said, look, I bought for you $5,000 out of products. I want what I pay for. So at that point, I don't have any regrets. The guy is gone for business. I believe his wife was the one actually doing the business, and I haven't heard where this guy's. I mean, the internet is so big that who knows. But I want to fast forward last week, about a week and a half. I mean, I came across with Russell Brunson 3 years ago. where my good friends Rhonda and Brian, so they're part of the Two Comma Club, and I've been following them ever since. And I've been, watching and seeing the ads from Russell for 3 years, 3 years, 3 years, and until last week I said, you know what, I'm just gonna buy the book. So I bought the book, the dot-com secrets and the expert secrets, and I was hooked. I said, man, this guy is, and I'm going to call him John, the guy who actually, was a scam and he ended up disappearing. Man, Russell is like John, but with steroids. This dude is just exactly what he was doing 5 years ago, 6 years ago, but with freaking steroids, man. This stuff is amazing. So I went in to get enrolled for for their ClickFunnels account, and I'm platinum, and I want it all, man. I know. So I've been probably for the past, I'm still, working full time. I had to go back. I mean, I felt miserable in my last business. I had to go back to work, and we're doing a lot of stuff, right? But for now, I said, you know what? If I put enough emphasis in this ClickFunnels thingy, these guys already, I've been pretty much sitting in the silence for 3 years. I know I have a product. I already created my brand. I wrote my ebook quite a few months ago. It took me 2 hours to literally do it. And I said, I just gotta get better. So for the past week, I've been immersed. I actually, before I became a member of his whole platform, I bought which is $100, the One Falling Away challenge. So I got my shirt coming. I bought the package. I bought everything because I know that that's what I wanted to do. Especially with the economy, that it changes. Everything is. I want and my company completely digital because I knew where this was going. And since this guy's been, I read, the 4 hour week with Tim Ferriss, and I said I always wanted to do it, but because I was not focused, I was not in the right frequency. So I ended, changing my number. I said I'm in the wrong frequency. I'm surrounding with the wrong people. So I started pretty much studying. Finally, after 3 years and reading the book, it took me like the first 3 pages. I was hooked. I was hooked by this dude because I knew the marketing, behind what he did, and I was like, man, and how did I start? Because I was not ready. My mind was not ready. I was focusing in other things. I was focusing in helping other people. I was doing other things with my time, but building my own company. And that's why I always said, if you don't help yourself first, how in the hell are you going to help others? So I've been immersing from this content from from him, and he actually created that the Netflix. It's called Netflix. So because everything is so important to learn how he built his company, he put everything. He has content over content for the past 15 years. This dude is creating content and content. How to create the perfect model, the perfect, how the marketing, the end of the website, and how marketing is doing. And I've been following, success leads clues. So I've been following a lot of people. Say, man, that's exactly what these guys are doing. They're exactly duplicating the system, and they're making 150,000. They're making 200,000. They're making millions of dollars. And the people that they're actually coaching now, the ClickFunnels, are just people like me and you. They're just the guys that they're stuck to the program. They learn and try. They're actually the last video that I watched from him not too long ago. I said, you know what? Don't quit your day job. Don't go on, and that's my biggest mistake. I quit my job, and I went and I did so many mistakes, but they were good because I learned a lot. But the number one lesson is don't quit your day job. Keep doing what you're doing. And since we're doing a lot of work outside, and since it's raining, we are actually not working. We're working. We do a commercial roofing, so I'm all the time actually outside. These days I've been for the 4 days. I'm going to pop. So when I'm going to be doing 4 days, I am going to be doing the ClickFunnels. Get into the content. I already have an idea what kind of product I'm going to create. The product is already created. It was in my mind. I have, already created a bunch of brands that I wrote down. So I'm going back now. The brands they were already there all my life. You've been doing that thing all your life. You know what you're good at. The attitude. By the way, I am Mr. Attitude. They call me the Unbreakable Rogue. I am Roberto, and I am the Unbreakable Rogue, and that's my brand. And we created another thing. I'm so excited. There's so many things that this week is just like content that I already knew existed. But you see the ads, and you don't want to be sold. And I always tell people, like even what's his name, Jeffrey Gitomer always said, everybody hates to be sold, but they love to buy. You want to buy the Louis Vuitton or Vuitton, whatever shoes and Coach purses, but what it really matters, it is the big software, the book that is going to make you millions. And I remember when I was going with my buddy to Home Depot, and he knew he needed to buy some drills, some new shovels, for his business. He always walked away. The guy's still broke because they know they need to spend the money to buy the drill. They need that new drill, but always, working with borrowed materials, always working with borrowed tools, taking care of his inventory. The most unorganized people that I've ever met. Those are the guys that I was working with. So they were not in the best interest. They were in the best interest of them. So I was basically a slave doing other people's work, other people's mission. So I just want to encourage you to, if don't wait for 3 years to pull a trigger. You know, uh, Russell's content, it is the most amazing content. He knows what he's doing, and I just want to keep the opportunity to to tell my story because it's critical, man. I sat in the sidelines for 3 years until I bought a book, man, an $8 book. I mean, come on, I bought $200 shoes. I bought jackets. I bought so many stuff that is not even, start with a book, man. Start with a single step, but no, we go by our life, buying crap, buying a bunch of shit that is not in our best interest. So, but anyway, Russell, I want to shout out to Russell. Man, dude, finally I find my trade. We're gonna build funnels till the day we die. We're gonna build, we're gonna build the company. That the company was already there, and man, it is it is the excitement. I think is the excitement. It is out of this world. I've been for the past couple hours we've been in the house watching watching your your YouTube videos and the training and I was I love how he goes and explain how he's spending hours and hours in training and videos and this and that and just over and over and over again training. And if this thing doesn't work, we're gonna try the other one. If this thing doesn't work, we're just gonna try another one. So when I found that guy that disappeared out of the internet world, I said, well, you know what? I spent $5,000, and believe me, if I spend $5,000, you can spend $100 on the one phone away challenge. $100, he gives you, the opportunity to get a book, to get. It's a no stinking brain. And Russell Brunson, it is the king of marketing. He has his best coaches. He worked with that Dan Kennedy, which is a master in marketing. Just man, don't waste another time. Don't sit on the sidelines for any more than you have to, because you will regret it. Right now, still Facebook ads are still pretty cheap. Are still pretty available for a lot of people. But later, and I'm telling you, the competition is going is growing every single time. So you guys need to understand that if you don't pull the trigger and you start with buying one single book, you'll regret it. You'll regret it because competition is gonna get more. more fears and the offers that he does, they're gonna get more expensive. And the reason I went into this challenge as well is because everything now is digital. Everything is digital. The new way to do business is different. The new way of transact business is different. The new way of doing business is been and has been digital all along. Cash is going to disappear because banks and financial institutions, they want everything electronically. If you're not doing things electronically, you are not going to survive this era. Period, man. Period. So go help somebody that can never repay you. Stay tuned. Please share tag Russell, tag it, and friend him. And man, get through the content. Get through the content. Study. Take notes. I'm just gonna spend the next 5 days. I'm gonna get because I got a little bit of time for the challenge because I was working last week. But 4 or 5 days, I'm gonna be like crazy. Listen to this tutorial for 5, 6, 7 hours and believe I will master. See you at the top. I'm a funnel hacker. Are you a funnel hacker?